It is one of the most exciting days in the Australian football calendar. The A-League 2024-25 fixture has just been released, and we're going to go through all the details, everything you need to know about the fresh fixture drop. Round 1 fixtures, let's have a look at it right now, and it kicks off with a rematch of last season's grand final. Central Coast Mariners hosting Melbourne Victory in Gosford. Of course, we've got Auckland FC joining the competition in their inaugural season. They're kicking off at home against Brisbane Roar. Newcastle Jets host Melbourne City, and then a Sydney derby in the opening round. Wellington Phoenix hosting Western United, so 2 games in New Zealand in the opening weekend, and then Macarthur hosting Perth Glory. Interesting to see that they've gone for that Sydney derby in the opening round. We saw that a few seasons ago, and there seems to be some mixed feelings about it. I guess it's good, it creates excitement and hype kicking off the new season, but sometimes derby games in the opening round can occasionally be a bit dull, but I think it will generate a fair amount of excitement and anticipation for that opening round. Let's have a look at derbies for this season. First of all, for the Sydney derby, of course, in the opening round, and then just barely a month later, they're meeting in Unite round 5, and then later on in February. New Zealand derbies, of course, we are very excited about the Kiwi derby this season. Wellington Phoenix hosting the first derby in November, and then Auckland hosting 2 derbies, one in December and then in February. And then Melbourne derbies, of course, round 2, we've got a Melbourne derby coming up, and then Victory hosting derbies in December, close to Christmas time, and then later on in February. F3 derbies, of course, we know that we've got an F3 derby in Unite round at Allianz Stadium. It's not the first time we've seen an F3 derby played in Sydney at Allianz Stadium. The 2008 A-League Men's Grand Final between Mariners and Jets was played at Allianz Stadium. And then later on in February, Mariners hosting Jets, and then Jets hosting Mariners in April. So, pretty evenly spread out, a lot of those derbies. Some of them are quite close together. You look at the 2 Sydney derbies happening really early on in the season there. That should be interesting to see. I'm really excited about those New Zealand derbies. Hopefully a lot of hype and excitement around those matches. We've got some big matches in the opening just month of the season. Round 2, that Melbourne derby. Of course, we already know we've got the Sydney derby round 1. So round 1 Sydney derby, round 2 Melbourne derby, and then round 3 it's that first New Zealand derby, and then of course another Sydney derby in round 5 for Unite round. So that opening month or so is full of juicy matchups, that is for sure. And there's been some big changes as well in regards to the broadcast. This is coming from the A-League's website, as they say here, building on the growth in TV viewership in 23-24. This season we'll see 2 Isuzu Ute A-League men free-to-air matches move to every Saturday on 10 Bold and 10 Play, with back-to-back games kicking off from 5 p.m. and 7:35 p.m. AEST. This is an interesting change and a really exciting one. Of course, last season we had a game on Sunday afternoon and then the game on Saturday. Of course, primetime was always broadcast, but they had that Sunday afternoon fixture, but now they're moving them together, broadcasting both games here back to back. A big, basically 5-hour broadcast. They've got that like half an hour break in between where they can go to the studio, have the pre-game, post-game chat. I think it could be really, really cool. Obviously with free-to-air, we want to get more casual fans on board, more people watching the A-League. And I think this could be a cool way to create excitement and make Saturday nights a real sort of big night for the A-Leagues in terms of free-to-air broadcast. And we've seen a few changes over the last few years in terms of the broadcast and the scheduling of matches. We remember a few years ago, they had 2 simultaneous kickoffs, Saturday night primetime. Didn't really work out. This change, I think, could be really interesting. I think it's good that they're trying new things, looking to see what works, and this could be a winner, hopefully, for the A-Leagues. As I say here on the website as well, taking on feedback from fans, clubs, and partners. The Isuzu Ute A-League men doubleheader is expected to drive viewership growth and momentum from the twilight slot into the evening match. It should be good, man. I'm really optimistic about it, and hopefully it does work out. But we'd love to get your thoughts on these changes, as well as just your overall reaction to the fixtures. Which matchups are you most looking forward to? Which derbies are you most looking forward to? Drop all your thoughts in the comment section. We'd love to start the conversation with you guys. And stay subscribed to Coast Watch Football. We're doing plenty of A-League content throughout the 2024-25 season. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Lockie. This is Coast Watch Football, and I'll see you in the next one.